Hello guys, so today I have two Roombas in front of me. One is my new classic Roomba, which is named Robin. And one is my 500 series Roomba, which is named Bobby. This is the 560 model. And I'm not sure the model number of this one. I've only had the first gen one for about a week, so I don't know much about it. So, let's start with the main faceplate in comparison. So, on the 560, we have the clean button that you can just press. And that also turns it on, too. But on the first gen Roomba, it has a power switch that you flip to turn it on. And that turns it on. There's a little battery status indicator on the first gen, and the 560 also uses the clean button as a battery status indicator, so this will change colors as the battery is draining. And the 560 has the option to schedule and set the time, meanwhile the first gen one does not. And the first gen, the only choice you have there is a manual plug-in. And the 560 has a docking station. So here's their bumpers. This is the 560's bumper. It looks a little different than this first gen bumper. This is what the sensors on the first gen bumper look like. So it only has one real sensor right here. And the 560's bumper is covered in sensors. So they both have the IR sensor. And I'm going to just pull out their dustbins. This is the 560's dustbin. It's what it looks like. Not including the dirt. Haha. And this is the first gen Roomba's bin. So I'm gonna slide them back in, and this is how it looks inside and the first gen Roomba just beeped, letting me know that it was on, and I needed to turn it off to conserve power. The con about the 560 is it doesn't do that. It only shuts off after a few minutes to conserve power. Meanwhile, this one does not, it'll just keep beeping. So I'm just gonna turn this off so it won't annoy me. So this is what it looks like inside the 560. Got the enhanced brush head that I installed about a year ago. And this is what it looks like inside a first gen Roomba. So I'm going to slide their dustbins back in. And they both have a carrying handle they can use to carry them. So that's pretty much it for their front side. And one more thing I have to mention is the first gen Roomba does not have the dirt detect. Meanwhile, the 500 series Roomba, the 500 series Roombas do. And I think the 400 series Roombas have one too. And maybe even the 300 series, I don't know. So I'm gonna flip them over to the other side. So this is what both of their bottoms look like. the first gen Roomba has kind of a weird way of opening the brush head. And I think the first gen Roomba's brushes are bigger than the 500 series brushes. So I'm going to just measure that real quick. They're almost the same size. They are a little bigger. So I think they're about the same length. And I think height too. So this is the 500 series side brush. And this is a first gen Roomba side brush. And this one, as you know from my previous video about the first gen Roomba, this one lost its bristles. And this front wheel swivels on the 500 series Roomba. Meanwhile, this one does not. It just pushes up and down, and it just has a little moving wheel. And the battery on the first gen Roomba has easy access. You just pull it out, and meanwhile, this one doesn't. You have to screw off this entire plate before you can get to the battery. And this is what their wheels look like. This wheel is kind of thinner than this wheel. So I'm gonna... And this is what their cliff sensors look like. The 500 series cliff sensors. Much, much different than the first gen Roomba's cliff sensors. So, as you can see, the first gen Roomba is way different than the 500 series Roomba. So first, I'm just going to show the first gen Roomba in action for a little bit. So I'm going to just lift small. It looks like the bumper was kind of stuck for a second. It's following Bobby. It does move like the other ones. And you just hit the room size button again to turn it off. So now, I'm going to show the 500 series Roomba in action. And another thing I forgot to mention is it has a spot and dock. Meanwhile, this one doesn't. So, I'm going to press the clean button. As you can see, it's a lot quieter than this guy. So that is pretty much it for the comparison of a first-gen Roomba and a 500 series Roomba. So I hope you guys enjoyed. Be sure to subscribe, like, and I'll be posting new videos all summer long. And finally, peace. I'll see you guys in the next one.